Tatsuki Fujimoto, you know who he is. The guy behind the brutal, chaotic anime that's Chainsaw Man. But after finishing part 1 of Denji Bizarre Adventures, he took a break and wrote 2 one-shots. One was adapted into a movie that broke everyone's heart, and the other might just be his greatest masterpiece. Yuta was given a smartphone by his mom on his 12th birthday. Her only request is that he uses that phone to capture her last moments before sickness takes her life away. Thus begins his journey making a movie. He starts shooting every single moment of his family's life, even the calm mundane stuff, going to the aquarium, eating together, watching a stray cat passing by. There's a hint of sadness about it, but at the same time, it feels nostalgic and beautiful. Until comes the day where his dad finally tells him it's time to capture his mom dying breath, but Yuta refuses to and chooses to escape. As we see him running away, the hospital fucking explodes. How dare he add the explosion at the end? You can't turn your mom's death into a movie. That movie was funny as fuck, dude. It was shit. It was really shit. After seeing the reactions to his movie, Yura makes a video saying that he decided to end his life as a revenge for everyone who laughed at him. And right before he was about to do it, she showed up. Her name is Eri. She was one of the students that were in the gym that day, but unlike everyone else, she actually loved the movie, but she also found it frustrating, because despite having an edge and good ideas, it was still poorly made. That's why she forces him to watch movies with her every day, so he can make another project, one that wouldn't be laughed at this time, but makes them bawl their eyes out. The next day Yura makes another video, saying that suicide is never the answer, and that you should keep on living, as if you live another day, a hot chick that looks like Asa Mitaka might show up and make your life better, or will she now? Tatsuki Fujimoto is a lot of things. Weird, unhinged, a tiny bit insane. But most of all, he's a genius. The way he can tell a story through a manga is unmatched. Everyone knows this guy loves his cinema. In fact, movies are the reason he wanted to draw for a living. And we can see the 100 references in Chainsaw Man. But I never thought that he would turn a manga into a movie. You're not just reading panels, you're watching footage shot from an iPhone camera. There's blurriness and camera shakes depending on how the MC moves or feels. Moments stretch across entire pages, repeated like film stripes. In other moments there's cuts of different locations and scenarios stitched together like a montage. This is cinema. Call this man whatever you want, but he knows how to blow your mind when it comes to manga. And what I also like about him is his ability to blur the line between reality and art. Eri and Yuta kept binging movies as she teaches him the ways of Hollywood. He eventually came up with an interesting idea for his next project. The idea was for everything to play out exactly the same, just like the start of the manga, with his mom and the school reactions. And just when he was about to end his life, a vampire would show up, but instead of sucking his blood, she forces him to make another movie. He could use the footage he already had, and Eri would play the vampire. But just when they started to shoot the movie, Eri is just like Yura's mom. She was walking on borrowed time, and the reason she liked his first movie so much was because she also wanted someone to shoot her last days there beautifully. Yura feels reluctant, but he eventually agrees, and the two start shooting the rest of the movie. Again, it's bittersweet. You can see them getting closer throughout the movie, falling in love even. It's nostalgic and so damn beautiful. He was able to give her the greatest gift of them all, being there and making her last days the happiest she ever been. And the end result was a movie that made them all bawl their eyes out. He fucking did it. Not only did he get his revenge, but he was able to film Eri's last moments. The one thing he couldn't give his mom, but it was all a lie. All of it, from the beginning. His mom wasn't the love and devoted mother he made her out to be. She was abusive and a bitch to the very end. I know she was bad news when she looked like Makima. As for Eri, she was also a different person from the one we've been seeing. She had glasses and braces on. She was also a D1 crash out that had only 2 friends. And no, they didn't have a I want to eat your pancreas love story going on. She rejected him, but he did give her a gift. He was able to make her forever remembered the way she wanted to. The real question Goodbye Eri is asking, does it really matter if one's portrayal of reality is different from the actual reality? Was it okay for Yura to make his mom and Eri into something they're not? Are we even allowed to use art to tell a different version of the story? And believe it or not, Fujimoto himself was questioned about the exact same thing around the time he made this manga. To explain, I need to tell you about his other masterpiece, the one that broke everyone's heart. Look back. Look Back is a lot of things. Story about art, friendship, tragedy, but mainly it's about Fujimoto and his journey as a creator. The name from the character Fujino is directly inspired from his own name. As for the other character Kiyomoto, her name was inspired by the anime studio Kyoto Animation. Look Back was also Fujimoto's own way of paying tribute to one of the greatest animation studios in Japan and the tragedy that shook it. And despite a lot of people resonating with that, there were also a lot who didn't, who felt he was too close to the tragedy and that it might be too insensitive to the victims. Now, is that the reason he made Goodbye Eri? Probably not. He's been questioned about the exact same thing his entire career. A lot of people loved his stories, but a lot also didn't like the way he told them. Look no further than Chainsaw Man. Millions liked it, even before the anime was a thing. You've seen the cosplays, the edits, the memes, the unhinged devotion. It's like a cult. Yet there are people today who still refuse to get into it or acknowledge what it had to say because of how weird and edgy it is. It's mostly those who can read though. The same can be said about the insane ride that's Fire Punch. Even when he decided to write a straight beautiful story like Look Back, people still find a way around it. I believe Goodbye Eri was his way of claiming his freedom as an artist. That it's up to him to tell his stories the way he wanted, and that it's also up to you to interpret it the way you want it. Even after Eri's death, Yura continued to edit the movie. There was still something missing there, but he couldn't grasp what it was. Years into the future, even after marrying and having a child, he couldn't let go of that obsession, until tragedy struck once again. After surviving an incident that took the life of his entire family, he decided to end it all in a place he holds dear, the abandoned hospital where he used to watch movies with Eri. But just when he got there she was again, looking the same way she looked decades ago. She was really a vampire after all, or maybe not. That's the beauty of it. You get to decide. Was any of it real? Did his mom really die? Did Eri exist in the first place? Maybe she was CGI all along, or maybe it was all in his head. It's up to you to decide how to feel about the whole thing. That's the genius of Goodbye Eri. This is what happens when a creator have the freedom to tap into his own vision and tell a story without restrictions. Fujimoto was probably a weird kid that didn't really fit in because he saw the world a different way from everybody else, and he somehow became one of the most respected manga artists alive. Yuta was also a weirdo who liked big explosions. Now, was it morally okay for him to put one at the end of a movie about his mom and call it Dead Explosion Mother? Probably not, but if that's his way of grieving and dealing with the pain, then what gives anybody the right to say it was wrong? But even so, when everybody left or felt disgusted, there was still one person in the crowd who gets it, and maybe that's enough. It's the same way I wanna feel. If there's just one person who watched my videos and feels compelled by what I have to say, then I can be proud of making them. And if it's a hot chick that looks like Asa Mitaka, even better. Goodbye Eri is a lot of things. A story about grief, love, tragedy. It's up to you to decide what it all meant at the end. But if there is one thing I want you to take from it, that if you feel that reality is harsh and that you don't belong anymore, if the pain becomes unbearable that you can't help but wanna escape, just make it all explode.